Gyronix.
Okay, for this lecture, we are going to discuss an array, but one-dimensional only, because we also have that two-dimensional array. So we'll be focused on one-dimensional array only. Okay, and this will be our topic outline. Okay, so we'll discuss again the one-dimensional array. So how to declare, how to initialize, and how to access the values. Okay, so just a basic concept of an array. Okay, so what is an array? That is a collection of same type, same data type, elements stored contiguously in a memory accessible by indexing. So this is an example or the visual representation of an array. So this one here is the name of an array, of course, num. These are the index. So one thing to notice is the index starts at 0, not 1. Okay, and these are the, of course, the values of an array. So the 7, 5, 1, 3, 9. So whatever values you stored in that location or in that index, okay, particular index. For the declaration of an array, so we have here an example on how to declare 5 variables, okay, namely num1, num2, 3, 4, 5. The data type is integer, right? That is the how to declare individually, okay, using 5 variables, but we can have the same effect using an array. So this is the syntax when declaring an array. So the same format, we have the data type, the name, and we have this open and close bracket and the elements, so the number of elements, and don't forget the semicolon. So to have the same effect on the left side, the individual variables from 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the num. Okay, so we can declare this using an array. The data type, of course, is int. The name is num, and we have 5. 5 is 5 elements. This is just like saying to the computer that in your memory, reserve me 5 storage. Okay, 5 memory location storage with the data type of int. So I'm going to store an integer value. So this is what the computer will prepare for you. So you have 5 elements, 5 storage. Okay, and take note that the index of the array always starts at 0, not 1. So take note of that. This one is declaration plus initialization, or you are giving value to that particular variable. Let's say 7, 5, 1, 3, 9 for num1, num2, 3, 4, 5 respectively. So using an array, we can have the same storage. So this is the syntax. So the data type, the name, elements, and equal to the values. So the values is enclosed within this open and close braces. So example, this one. So you declare 5 elements. So with the values 7, 5, 1, 3, and 9. So this is the visual representation of that array. So at index 0, you have 7. That is your first storage. Index 1, you have 5. So index 2, you have 1. Index 3, you have 3. Index 4, you have 9. Okay? So instead of using 5 different variables, you are now using only one variable. But using the concept of an array. Or another way to declare the array. So no need to put an element. So just empty. Okay, this one. So empty and the values. So if you put, let's say 7, 5, 1, 3, 9, 5 elements, then the array knows that you are storing a 5 elements. Okay, so you can have declare the number of elements, or you can just have it empty. Okay, so the second one is another way to declare an array. Declare and initialize an array. Okay, so let's have an example in how to access the values of an array. So this is the syntax. We have the name of an array, the opening close bracket, then the index. So for example, you are going to access the value 5. So value 5 is what? This one, located at index 1. So to access value 5, okay, so this is your statement. So you have that num, the name of an array, then the index 1. So that will give you 5. So 5 will be stored to the value. Then you can see out that value. Okay? Another example is, let's say 9. So what is the index of 9? 9 is in index 4, right? Okay, so to access that value, you can have the statement, okay, num index 4. So that 9 will be stored to the value, and you can perform mathematical operation or whatever, you can output it on the screen. So this is how to access the value of an array. Again, the label or the name of an array, then the index. Okay, so another example. So this one, you can try this out on your code blocks. So what it will output on the screens, of course, all the values. This one, the 7, 5, 1, 3, and 9. So as you can see, the index I, or the variable rather I, which is the index, since we place it inside the bracket. So it will start at 0. So which means the first output is what? Num 0. That is 7. Then we have this increment. So from 0, it will increment to 1. So the second output is num1, which is 5. Okay, increment again. So num2, which is 1. Increment. So num3, which is 3. Increment. Num4, which is 9. But if the I is, after that, if the I is greater than 4, which is, let's say 5, it will false. Since the condition is, as long as I is less than or equal to 4. Okay, so try this out on your code block. So it will output this value, 7, 5, 1, 3, and 9. Okay? And for the laboratory exercise for this topic, so kindly check the video tutorial for the decimal to binary converter app, but this time using an array. Okay, so see you there.